This Consumers Real Estate Show is brought to you by American Real Estate Media, the country's top consumer-oriented media company, bringing you all the greatest resources and latest information in all things residential real estate. Now here's your host and answer man, Barry Miller, along with consumer guy Larry Stanley.
Good morning, everyone. This is Barry Miller along with Larry Stanley.
Well, good morning to everybody. Another beautiful day out there, and it's a great day to talk real estate.
It's a great day to talk real estate. And wow, do we have a lot to talk about today, Larry? What's happening for the home sellers right this very month? All kinds of activities. Our focus, our theme today is what's happening for you, the home sellers, the potential home sellers right now, this month, the beginning of the buying season. Let's see, Larry, the temperature's going to be above 70 today.
Woohoo!
Time for sellers to do what they're already thinking about doing, getting that home on the market. The buying season has begun. You know, Colorado, we're asked every year, Larry, I'm asked by at least 20 different consumers every year for the last 30-some years, okay? For the last 30-some years, Barry, when does the selling season start? When does the buying season start? Officially, you know, they read articles. I have been in many of those articles through the years, Consumer Reports, Money Magazine, the old Reader's Digest, all those. And they would write in December and January, they would write the articles for their March, April, and May issues for the buying season to start, okay? That's how that industry worked, and that was okay. That's valid. They wanted the lead time. The however is, in Denver, in Colorado, in the Front Range, all of us here in Colorado, we know it's dependent upon what? The weather.
Yes.
The weather. And the school year. We know it's always going to be May, June are going to be strong months. In the old days when schools didn't start till September, July was still a heavy, heavy month. But now with schools starting in August, it's pushed back. That season. It ends earlier, but it doesn't begin earlier here in Colorado till, quote, the weather breaks. And not that we're not going to have more snow. March and April are some of the snowiest months, but we'll have some of the warmest days too. So officially, we're declaring the buying and selling season is starting here. So we're going to focus on what's happening for you, home sellers, right this month. And that's going to be the theme for today. Larry, I might as well say it. We have preempted Larry's view. We have preempted Barry's world because so much emphasis needs to be given to you, the seller, in the marketplace so that you can be prepared, that you make the right moves. And Larry has lots of questions he's gathered from his friends and his consumers and his experience as a seller. Let's see, Larry, how many times have you been a home seller? Each time a primary residence?
I think it's 10 times, Barry.
I think it's the full thing right there, 10, 10, 5 and 5, you bet, 10 different times. So we're going to focus on what is happening for you as a home seller. Now, to give a perspective of this on a nationwide basis and at the same time a personal one-on-one basis, we have Kathleen Chiris with us, the best agent finder anywhere in the country. Good morning, Kathleen.
Good morning, Barry.
Hi, nice to hear your voice. Thanks for being here. You know, our emphasis is on sellers today in particular, so we could get as much information out. You have way more than 20 years experience in this. You're seeing markets in different parts of the country. And again, Larry and I are just doing it just for the emphasis to declare, okay, the buying and selling season for your home has started. What are your comments, not about Larry and Barry, but to the consumers, to our listeners, about how to prepare as a smart seller?
One thing to think about, I think, is that sellers are trying to get the best marketing advantage with their seller agent. And one way to do that is explore with your agent what is the potential for this becoming a rental, or for the actual house to be divided up so that some portion can go towards an Airbnb or something like that. I'm hearing more people interested in that, and sellers are wanting to have their agents look at their particular house they're selling to see if that might be a good marketing point.
Not only that, Kathleen, excellent points. I mean, there's subdividing the house, subdividing the lot if there's an extra size lot. How about the big changes that are being proposed in Denver and cities all over the country where R1 zoning, Larry, generally thought of as residential one family, that's not holding up anymore in today's society. There are so many young couples in a home that could have added people in it, and they're bringing non-family members in with it. There was just an article this week in Denver. Great young couple, and they have two separate added individuals, not Airbnb, but they're living there permanently. It is not according to the R1 zoning, and yet Denver and cities throughout the country, Kathleen, I'm sure you're aware of this, are talking about changing the definition of what R1 zoning means so more unrelated people could live together in the same house. Kathleen?
Well, that absolutely makes sense, because the population, our population is demanding that. We're finding that this is the best way to stay solvent in senior years and so on, and it works very well. I think most of the people I know who are friends in their 60s are strongly considering or doing this sort of option.
Yes.
And it's being accepted, yes.
Yes, it's not a commune in that sense of the 1960s commune. That's what some people said in resistance to the zoning changes. The changes are coming. Kathleen, I like the way you said it because you put in the core item. It's how we are living now, and zoning is supposed to accommodate whom? Government officials or somebody from the past? No, the way we're living. Larry?
Yeah, Barry, one of the thoughts that I've had is the cost of housing has gotten so high in Denver and the Front Range that this is a way to get around that. You can
That's what's happening.
The house.
It's called affordability. Yep. It's how we're living. I think it's exciting to see that the changes are coming. But Kathleen, you also put it in perspective of today's show. Sellers are looking how to how to have their home marketed the right way. Some sellers are trained enough, educated enough, informed enough, aware enough, and they're proposing various marketing ideas to and for their real estate agent. You bet it's a heavy duty on the front end about marketing effectively that property. So, Kathleen, thanks for that perspective. Also, Kathleen, add for our listeners knowledge and edification what it is you do and how you could help our listeners right today if they want to call you today, Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, next week about finding a top seller's agent anywhere in the country. And also you will help them find a buyer's agent for their buyer needs. Talk to us about that, please.
Well, certainly feel free to give me a call at 303-758-4040. And I'll repeat that. That's 303-758-4040. And I actually have 3 full-time staff that help me with making sure anyone who calls has immediate attention, has access to at least 2 good recommendations of top buyer or seller agents anywhere in the country.
Anywhere in the country, all over. And you've been doing it for how many years? I know the answer to this.
Well, I always just say over 20. I don't want to
there you go.
talk too much about how long it's been. But, yeah, it's been a little over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years. That's solid experience. That's keeping up with what's going on. That's letting our listeners know. Listeners, listen up. She has over 20 solid, good years each year of helping you as consumers find the best agent for your buyer needs or seller needs. Give her a call, 303-758-4040. Any other closing comments, Kathleen, about sellers? Any other tips for our home sellers that you want to share today?
Well, I would say if you're a seller and you're starting to look at your property as a potential situation where the buyer might want to rent out all or part of it, look at the relatively minor modifications you can make to your home. Make that separate entrance perhaps more likely. Make separation in the house. I've added little locked doors between sections of my house.
Sure.
So that each unit is more private. And so that's not really that hard to do, and it can be done fairly affordably, and it can turn a regular house that might be a full family house into one that is more rentable with some pretty minor modifications.
Good thought. Multiple thoughts, Kathleen, for our listeners today. Thank you. That is Kathleen Cheer. She is your best agent finder. Call her anytime, 7 days a week, 303-758-4040. Thanks so much, and enjoy the beautiful start of the buying and selling home season, Kathleen. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wonderful lady, Larry.
Yep, she really does provide a great service, helping you find a really top-notch, high-quality agent, whether for selling a house or for buying a house. She's where I would go if I were going to be looking outside of this area.
Absolutely.